Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani St. Coming up, Minister for Health reaffirms government's commitment for construction of the new Marigot Hospital, and the police working to ensure safe and peaceful Mass Dominic 2017. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. The Sufa constituency continues to benefit tremendously from the Citizenship by Investment program. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Sufa constituency, Dennis Charles, revealed that over $200,000 have been approved for road rehabilitation in her constituency. Honorable Charles made the announcement while addressing a town hall meeting in Scott's Head on Wednesday.
I am pleased to announce tonight that I have been informed by the Prime Minister that $238,347 has been approved to do all the roads in Scotland. So in a matter of a few months, all the roads in Scotland shall be paid.
Small businesses in Scott's Head will also receive a cash injection. These funds will assist aspiring entrepreneurs in that community.
I am pleased to also announce that our Prime Minister has promised to allocate $200,000 for small business development in Scott's Head. So this is only for you.
Honorable Charles spoke of the CBI-funded Jungle Bay Resort, which is located in her constituency. She believes that when complete, residents of Sufa will gain meaningful employment. This resort, she says, will bring economic development to that part of the island.
One of the groups to benefit significantly from these hotel developments is the fisher folks, as there will be a great demand for fish. One of the opportunities it shall create is to build a small processing plant so one can get fish well cleaned, cut or smoked right here in Scott's Head. I have met with a few village farmers, fishers groups, and I'm pleased with the energy also to increase organic farming in our communities. I plan to meet with the St. Mark's Fishers Farmers Cooperative to discuss further ways to assist fisher folks and farmers in our constituency.
The Jungle Bay Resort and Spa is expected to be completed in 2018. In more news, Honorable Health Minister Dr. Kenneth Darroux has assured Marigot constituents that construction of the new Marigot Hospital is still on the cards for government. The minister was speaking at a town hall meeting in Woodford Hill earlier this week. He said $1.5 million had been allocated for construction of that hospital in the last budget, and he is confident that preliminary work will begin during this financial year.
$1.5 million have been budgeted in this financial year towards the construction, designing and preparatory work towards the Marigot Hospital. And I will let you know that as we speak, we would have received the permission from Cabinet to engage an outside firm for the design. Because as I said, prior to that, we would have been at the mercies of the Ministry of Public Works, and we'd have to maybe wait another month or 2-3 months until they decide, well, they do it for us. But we have received the approval from Cabinet to engage outside firms to tender it to them so they could send the designs to us. I'm pretty optimistic and pretty confident that within this financial year we should see at least the groundbreaking and preliminary works done for your new Marigot Hospital. Okay?
Honorable Darroux says construction of a new Marigot Hospital was one of the initial projects of the Labour Party administration.
a new hospital for Marigot has always been on the cards of the Dominican Labour Party, okay? I want to repeat this. We have always had plans to build a new Marigot Hospital. And those of you who still have your manifestos, you could go back to your manifestos of probably 2 years ago, and you will see that each year we have mentioned a new hospital for Marigot.
The Honorable Minister, however, does acknowledge that there was much delay in getting this project off the ground. He explains.
The new national hospital, of course, would have been government's what we call priority project. And I'm going to be honest, while I'm not making any excuse for myself or the Ministry of Health, and in fact, I remember when we had this last issue where they tried to make the issue of the Marigot Hospital into a political one. I did come on the radio, those of you heard me, and apologize to the Marigot and in fact the wider Dominican population on behalf of the Ministry of Health, because I felt that we had really moved a little too slow in getting this project off the ground. And one of the things about me is when I'm wrong, I'm not too big to say that we would have at least fallen short. But like everything else, as I said, the new national hospital really occupied the time of the Ministry of Health, and not just the Ministry of Health.
The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is working hard to ensure that all nationals have a safe and peaceful carnival. At the final Dominica Festivals Committee press conference on Wednesday, Superintendent of Police Richmond Valentine gave instructions as it relates to noise abatement. No one is allowed to use any noisy instrument within a radius of 25 meters of the fire station, police station, and hospitals island-wide. He also gave guidelines for technical persons involved.
To the truckers, the number of persons on the truck, particularly on the last platform, is limited to band leaders and electrical line guards. And the electrical line guards are those persons who are going to remove the low-hanging wires because they may be obstructed based on the height of the truck. The height of the equipment that is on the truck will be no more than 14 feet.
The superintendent says that additional lights, fire extinguishers, as well as wheel guards are expected on trucks on the Carnival route. He gave these instructions to the band leaders.
Actions against any disorderly conduct. Any appearance of disorderly conduct, you need to stop the music, focus the light in the direction of the activity in an effort to expedite police response. The bands are to strictly adhere to the carnival timings outlined in the carnival order. Tone down the music when it's getting close to the cutoff time. So by 9:30, 9:45, you should be playing music that is going to cool down. When you exercise, there's something they call a warm up and then warm down.
He had this message to the Sensi revelers.
If you wish to wear Sensi, ensure that you are registered and you are carrying a number to avoid any doubt. Sensi clothing also requires a mask. You shall not wear a mask before 8 a.m. and after 10 and after 6 p.m. Sorry. No wearing of mask before 8 a.m. or after 6 p.m. In other words, wearing of masks is in daylight. Military uniform. No person shall wear any military type uniform or anything that is designed to resemble such dress.
Superintendent Valentine also reminded vendors to follow the guidelines set for the season.
Ensure that you are in possession of your food handler's permit and that your liquor license is set up in the designated and authorized areas. Selling of alcoholic beverages is not acceptable, and those vendors who insist on doing so, they may be considered to be aiding and abetting the commission of an offense. If you are found selling alcoholic beverages in glass bottles, you may not be allowed to continue operating your bar. Erecting structures on the road is not tolerated. No vending along the Carnival route. And I will speak about that a little later. No playing of music in bars outside of the carnival hours. So once it is 10 p.m., all music should stop, whether it's on the carnival route or otherwise.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Say again. Yes, sir. Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. Come in.
Carnival is our thing. Mas Dominic c'est ça nous. But Carnival is a time to be sexually responsible. Use a condom. Sevi or kapot. Party day and night. Enjoy Mas Dominic. Be responsible. Use a condom every time you have sex. Protect yourself.
Welcome back. In an effort to facilitate a well-organized and orderly carnival, the Carnival Road Parade Committee has put in place rules and regulations to govern the Carnival Band competitions. At the final Dominica Festivals Committee press conference on Wednesday, Deputy Chairperson of the Road Parade Committee, Charlene White Christian, listed the Carnival Parade competitions.
Creative Jouvet groups, Creative Jouvet individuals, Best Creative Individuals, Best Sensei, First Lapocabuit, Longest Lapocabuit, Lapocabuit with the most lavway, Papi Show Wedding, Best Old Mass, Best Traditional Jouvet Groups, School Band of the Year, Primary Schools, School Band of the Year, Secondary Schools. We've introduced something new this year, Most Creative T-shirt designed bands for primary schools, School Floats of the Year, and Band of the Year for Carnival Tuesday Parade.
She also gave details of the conditions that will govern the competition.
Band leaders are responsible for the conduct and behavior of all members of their groups or bands. Band leaders must cooperate with the Road Parade Committee members, marshals, and police law enforcement officials to ensure orderly progress along the route. Band leaders, their marshals, officials, and masqueraders must refrain from the possession and/or of illegal drugs or substances or the possession and/or use of weapons along the route, as our police officer indicated. Any band member who is identified by law enforcement officials as having violated this rule will be removed from the band by law enforcement officials and will cause the disqualification of that band and forfeiture of all benefits. The use of open fire, such as firecrackers or pyrotechnics, is prohibited. Any band member found in violation of this rule will be removed from the band by law enforcement officials and will cause the disqualification of that band and forfeiture of all benefits.
Band leaders are also responsible for ensuring that all vehicles accompanying their band are licensed and insured, and that drivers are in possession of a valid driver's license, and all vehicles are enrolled with the conditions. White Christian revealed that this year all bands have agreed to concede to the judge's decision as final.
We had someone from the Agriculture Stilt Walkers, from Old Time Sick, Amnesia, Hysteria, and Mercury. All bands will accept and adhere to the rules as stipulated in the document presented. So all bands present agreed to adhere to the rules. Their descriptions will be sent in to the Dominica Festivals Committee by today, midnight. They have been asked to have stipulated numbers of adults in their bands, 50 adults, and they could have children as well, but they must have 50 adults in their bands. The bands have agreed to be ready to move out onto the route based in the order that they were placed. Yesterday, the bands were given a chance to dip a number for their order in the parade. It's something new that we are trying. So this year, no band will start off at their headquarters. All bands will come to the Carnival Road, the intersection of Independence Street and Kennedy Avenue, to start off, and they will be moved off in order.
Let us now join Priska Julian for a recap of this week's headlines.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit has announced that a review of the process through which diplomatic passports are issued will soon be completed. The Honorable Prime Minister states that an independent consultant will advise government on any inconsistencies which may exist within the current policy in order to have those matters rectified. The Honorable Prime Minister indicated that this review process will allow for a more transparent process. He says very soon all Dominicans will have access to the policy as it will be made public. The Honorable Member of Parliament for Roseau Valley, Dr. John Colin McIntyre, has assured vendors of his constituency that they will continue to be gainfully employed even after the tourist season. He revealed that these vendors will be employed thanks to the Citizenship by Investment program. Officials of the Ministry of Education recognize the significant role of musicians in shaping the lives of children. On Wednesday, musicians gathered at the Garaway Hotel Conference Room for a child-friendly schools and musicians workshop hosted by the Ministry of Education in collaboration with the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF. The workshop is geared at educating musicians on the role their music play on students. Local artists were admonished to be mindful of the lyrics used in their music as their art form is one with much influence on the youth. Honorable Minister for Trade and Employment Ian Douglas believes there is a large market available for the export of Dominica's cassava as well as cassava fine products. The minister considers Dominica's two French neighboring islands as a large enough market with demands for cassava which Dominica could supply. While speaking at the closing ceremony of a cassava development project apprenticeship training module, he urged graduates of the cassava development project module to see this as a great business opportunity. On Wednesday, the Bureau of Gender Affairs conducted another edition of the Blow the Horn Motorcade campaign. The Blow the Horn Motorcade campaign seeks to visit all communities on island with the mission of educating persons on the issue of gender-based violence and how they can become part of the solution. The motorcade started at the Dominica Botanic Gardens and culminated at Sufa with village stops in Newtown, Lubier, Point Michel and Scotshead, where organizers took the opportunity to speak to the community on the issue of gender-based violence. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, Kimani.
Thank you, Priska. Shakira Pierre is next with Creole Highlights.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel Creole. Non, moi c'est Shakira Pierre. Consultant pour Comité Festival Dominique va Kofi di l'année la Carnival qui passe yon l'autre place. Kofi di nouvel gouvernement la Carnival la te ka passe avant, te ka fait problème.
Tout le monde a dit que nous venons à Hanover Street c'était un problème. So nous on fait aller à Bayfront. Donc il y a trois places c'est des judges là qui gardent pour tout ces bandes qui viennent passer là. So tout carnaval for 2017 nous à Bayfront. Nous qui autorité pour mon fait tout le carnaval. Nous cameras complements flow avec platinum security. Nous qui était lights là. So tout bite qui arrive pour tout le monde.
Carnaval qui prend place sur le 27 et puis 28 février. À notre nouvelle, Mam Parlement pour souffrir Honorable Dennis Charles dit il plaisir pour Pogwela qui a prend place à Kai à constituency là. Honorable Charles te ka adressé constituents pendant un meeting à Scotshead mercredi semaine ça là. Mam Parlement là fait des détails contre affaires Kai avec la constituents. Il dit gouvernement investi millions en constituency là et puis projet ça là financé en bas programme citizenship par investissement. Honorable Charles aussi encouragé tout le monde qui a tapé assistance pour affaires caille, pour servir l'argent là pour caille et puis pas pour d'autres bêtises. Gouvernement qui fait d'autres l'argent là pour affaires caille en constituency ça là. Yon l'autre aspect qui a pris place c'est réhabilitation chimée en constituency là. L'argent qui aussi fait available pour petit business à constituency là. Ça qui assiste jeunes moun qui voulaient commencer business à constituency là. Mam parlement là aussi parlé que Jungle Bay Resort et Spa qui a bâti en constituency Sufa. Honorable Charles dit l'hôtel Sala qui mène economic benefits pour village en sud pays là. Mercredi, semaine Sala, Bureau General Affairs tient un motorcade pour mener violence domestique devant. Motorcade là aller à tout village à pays là pour éduquer moun à ces affaires violence domestique. Pendant motorcade là, Social Development Planner Dr. Kira Paul dit ça c'est une manière pour taper moun pour coordonner avec violence à son homme et puis femme. Dr. Paul a encouragé moun pour wakoter n'importe violence yo way. Et puis finalement, Police Force Dominique a travaillé pour faire certain tout citoyen au bon carnaval. À dernière conférence média mercredi semaine là, Superintendent of Police Richmond Valentine parlait de loi là qui gouverne musique. Superintendent l'a dit pièce musique ni pour jouer après 10 heures au soir et puis musique pas supposé jouer pour pièce l'hôpital, police station et puis station d'effet. Valentine a encouragé moun qui a couru sensé et puis moun qui a van pour carnaval là pour travail et puis loi là qui a gouverné yo. Ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle à Créole. Non, moi c'est Shakira Pierre. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Stay tuned for your Carnival tip of the day. As revelers count down the final days to the Real Mass 2017, here are a few tips to ensure that you have an enjoyable and safe carnival. When attending carnival activities, you are reminded of these useful tips. Wear minimal jewelry. Travel in groups to and from activities. Do not carry around or display large amounts of money. Do not have wallets and purses visible. Do not accept drinks from strangers or leave drinks unattended. And pre-arrange transportation and designate an alcohol-free driver. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Kimani St. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend and a safe and enjoyable carnival.